Number 10. Mount Galunggung, Java, Indonesia. The volcano erupted in October in 1882. As well as killing 4,011 people, the eruption also destroyed 114 villages. Mount Galunggung is located on the Pacific Ring of Fire, a well-known collection of volcanoes along a horseshoe shape around the coasts of Asia, and the west coasts of Central and South America. Number 9. Mount Kelud, Indonesia. When Mount Kelud erupted in 1919, over 100 villages were destroyed, due to lethal lahars that traveled a distance for 40 kilometers. During this eruption, 38 million cubic meters of water were ejected from the crater lake. The volcano has erupted on a large scale several times since 1919, including once in 1966 and again in 1989. Number 8. Mount Vesuvius, Italy. Mount Vesuvius has erupted more than a dozen times. The volcano unexpectedly erupted on December 16, 1631. During this eruption, the surrounding area suffered from multiple earthquakes, large ash clouds, showers of rock and pumice, and a river of lava flowing from the conical crater of the volcano. The eruption lasted several days, and it was not until December 19 that rescue efforts were able to commence. Number 7. The Laki Volcanic System, Iceland. In 1783, this eruption lasted a whopping 8 months, spewing a total of 14.7 cubic kilometers of lava and 27 kilometers of fissures. Despite the extremely high volume of volcanic material that was expelled from the volcano during this eruption, this was not the primary cause of the large death toll. It was in fact the deadly gas emission that was the killer. Large quantities of gas were released into the atmosphere, consisting of water vapor, carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, hydrogen chloride, and fluoride. This ultimately created a cloud that remained over Iceland and proceeded to create acid rain, poisoning livestock and the soil. Number 6. Once again, Mount Vesuvius. This is possibly one of the most famous volcanic eruptions in history, and it is particularly infamous due to the burial of 2 Italian towns, Herculaneum and Pompeii. This eruption is so well documented due to the eyewitness. During this eruption, Mount Vesuvius expelled a deadly cloud of volcanic gas, stones, ash, and fumes that rose to a tremendous height of 33 kilometers. Number 5. Mount Unzen, Japan. The eruption in 1792 is the most catastrophic and deadly in all of Japan's history. The initial eruption triggered a landslide and tsunami. Mount Unzen consists of a group of composite volcanoes, and they are located east of Nagasaki. It is said that most of the death toll was as a result of the landslide and tsunami. Evidence of the devastating landslide can still be seen today. Number 4. Nevado del Ruiz, Colombia. Despite being considered a medium-sized eruption, the volcanic event still had devastating consequences for the surrounding regions. The eruption commenced in the night and caused both cold and hot mud flows, which buried the town of Armero. Over 22,000 people died. Number 3. Mount Krakatoa, Indonesia. In 1883, due to this eruption, a massive 2/3 of Krakatoa actually collapsed, destroying a large proportion of the island. There were significant effects felt across the world. The sound of the explosion was so loud that it was heard in Australia, and spectacular sunsets were experienced around the globe for months following the eruption. Number 2. Mount Pelee, West Indies. At the time of the eruption, the volcano was thought to be dormant, but a series of eruptions began in April 25, 1902, resulting in the final eruption on May 8. This final eruption was so destructive that it destroyed the city of Saint Pierre. There were only 2 survivors. Number 1. Mount Tambora, Indonesia. As a result of this eruption, the once tall volcano that stood at 13,000 feet, was reduced to 9,000 feet. Also, due to the destructive eruption, 1816 became known as the year without summer, because the ash in the atmosphere reduced the temperature. This was felt worldwide, not just in Indonesia. Interestingly, it is thought that an additional 100,000 people may have died from crop failures as far as Europe and America, due to the reduction in temperatures as a direct result of the eruption.